welcome to the KVJ ATS Show Podcast.
Kevin's eyes are looking sane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yo, baby, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. It is a Wednesday. It's so fun to say because it feels like Tuesday. Love 4-day work weeks. Can you imagine if we did this every single week? Oh, my goodness. What a pep in the step I'd have.
But it would end up getting spoiled, and then the new debate would be, we're going down to 3-day weeks, man. We got to do 3-day weeks.
Yeah. I'm okay with that progression.
That's it, yeah. I agree. Until finally we say, yeah, why are we coming in here?
I'm so jealous of that Howard Stern schedule.
3 days a week, right?
He just started doing less and less.
And less and less.
But the money kept going up and up.
That is pretty amazing.
That's living the dream.
I mean, he's not obviously the king of media like he used to be, but still, even on his last deal he got or signed was insane amount of money.
That bitch ain't broke.
No. Oh, my gosh.
He could quit tomorrow and then live out his days just fine.
But it is crazy, a show that did drastically change. That is a way different show than what it used to be.
That is. You're right.
But then again, things do have to kind of change at times. You can't be 73 years old being like, let me see your ass. I love tits. It starts getting a little weird.
Yeah, I think he's made decent transitions, where he's been a great interviewer and he can get all the celebrities now, and he does that. More of the problems that I hear is just sometimes where he's really evolved as a person. And the kind of people he used to go in on is the kind of person he now is. And so that's where I think some people have kind of, it's more of that change.
They got a nickname
within him.
Yeah, Hampton Howie, they call him.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Because I do remember when in the early days when I was listening to Stern, it was kind of neat that he was, the anti-celebrity. He's like the every person's person. And, now he's very Hamptons, Palm Beach.
Oh, yeah.
He's not hanging with the regular people. He couldn't even relate to regular people.
He got himself a fancy young wife. That second wife was considerably younger and a lot more in those celebrity circles.
I also think he secretly wanted to be in that club. And
probably.
He just, they wouldn't allow him to be. He talks about when he was behind the scenes at one of those VMA awards or something, and he was playing the character Fart Man. Mm-hmm. And everyone behind the scene just didn't get what he was doing. And he said he felt like such a non-celebrity around all of these celebrities as he's doing this, goofy fart man.
Well, you were
bit.
doing assless pant jokes, and your ass was out, and it was not a good ass, and people were like, "Ooh."
I think like somebody from the Stones, from the band The Stones, like looked over and was like, "What is this bullshit?"
Yeah. Well, and his audience would have loved for him to double down on that.
Yeah,
instead, it got in his head and it transformed who he was. Because he said, the peer group that I truly want to be loved by is not it. And so he found love and acceptance with the celebrities, and he lost some love and acceptance with the regular, everyday New Yorker. He sounded like that. He talked like that. You thought that's who it was, and that's who he represented. Now he's, he represents the elites.
Yeah.
So, then that's fine. If you love elite radio, then that's what he does well. So just a different day and a different game, but I would take that contract and I would take that money.
And do you think he really gives a shit?
No, I'm sure he's like the best thing I ever did was sell out.
He's like, I'm so happy I evolved. It's so much nicer over here, you peasants.
Yeah, when Pennsylvania Pete calls in to give his rant about you changed, Howard, he's like, I don't fucking care.
Well, they always get on people who sell out. And how many people have you seen ever seem to regret selling out? They all seem to be pretty damn happy.
They're smiling.
They're like,
in their Rolls Royce.
They're smiling. All of a sudden, they got really skinny when they were promoting body positivity.
Yeah. And Michigan Mike says it well. He deserves the success. He built it. He really did.
Okay.
He's done what no one has ever done.
Absolutely.
So,
1,000%.
For that alone. Yeah, he's a different dude, but he's earned the success and the leisurely life that he has now.
Look, that's one of my favorite radio moments of my career is the fact that at one point in my life, Howard Stern called me a dick face on the air. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's big. It's a
awesome.
big moment for us.
That's a huge moment. No, when I was a little kid, I never thought Howard Stern would call me a dick face.
I've had plenty of people call me a dick face. None of them hit as hard as Howard Stern.
I wasn't even mad. Like, Howard Stern called me a dick face.
Thank you, sir.
This is amazing.
May I have another?
Another artist that I absolutely loved did a show last night. Weird Al Yankovic. I wonder how that was. Anybody went to go see him? Man, I was a young kid when he was cranking out songs like "Eat It," and I think the first song that I remember him doing was a Queen cover. It was to Another One Bites the Dust, and he did Another One Rides the Bus.
Yeah, that's an old one. Oh, yeah.
That's the first one I think I remember from him. That was kind of when he was just getting going.
I always thought it was weird. He did a Billy Joel parody, and Billy Joel didn't sign off on it. And I thought Billy should have let him do it. Because Weird Al, he's not like he's a dick. He's lovable.
Super lovable.
Yeah, he doesn't trash the stuff. It's all goofy fun, and it's nice. I mean, it's family type stuff. I mean, I don't think anything he's done has ever been really that dirty or anything.
No.
And even the movie, the biopic, I thought it was really going to be a movie about Weird Al Yankovic. It's not. It's a parody of a biopic.
Which is what you would expect from him.
Exactly.
He always throws you a curveball.
He's dating Madonna.
Yeah, it shouldn't make sense. It's just, I guess what he thrives on is doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, sorry I missed that. Now what's going to be interesting here as we get into this week, Machine Gun Kelly is playing I Think Financial tonight. I don't know when the questionable weather is coming in, but boy, if you look at that week-long map, man, it looks like nastiness all the way through Tuesday of next week, and it starts at least on Thursday. So you've got Jelly Roll at I Think. That could be a sloppy show, even if they get that off the ground. And then Dave Matthews is Friday and Saturday. These are amphitheater shows for the next 4 nights. You've got amphitheater shows, and that forecast looks terrible. So I guess, the question is, even though it's pretty much 60% chance of rain that I had seen on the news, sometimes that doesn't mean that it rains all day long. That means it rains for a little spurt and then it could be done. Yeah. And that's the question. Is it going to be monsooning all day and all night?
You know what? It's going to be about 66% chance of rain, and I know that because that's what my ankle just told me.
Okay.
I trust that ankle.
It's good. Yeah, so lower rain chances on the Weather Channel app. In fact, a lot lower. They have it at 40 or 46%, but I think it was Channel 12 was the one I had seen today, which is a West Palm channel, and they had it like 60%. So
who's the new weather person in town where now they can be introduced to Jaybird's weather ankle?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Can your ankle taunt now?
I mean, it used to be Steve Weagle, but now who's the new person?
I mean, Chris Martinez.
Yeah, you still got a lot of the old staples. They have some
Is your
young ones
ankle
that are
going to come
up.
for him?
I don't know.
We should spin the wheel of meteorologists to figure out who your ankle comes for.
It takes a minute for them to understand what the fuck's going on.
Why is an ankle coming for me?
Jaybird's ankle, what?
I don't get this. But then they get it.
It looks like the weather might be okay for the Machine Gun Kelly show, at least according to the Weather Channel app. They're not giving it as good a chance of raining. But that show may not be doing well because we're running commercials for it today. That's not usually a good sign. They don't run commercials on a show that's sold out.
Yeah, is he that? I mean, I remember when he had some shine going on, but is he more on the decline, it kind of feels like?
I don't even feel like I'm qualified to answer that question. I've never been a huge fan of his.
Me too.
Some of the songs are like just okay, but it's not like anything because I've got playlists where I put what is I recognize it's that, but then I have my own personal. So I move them into my own special playlist when I absolutely love a song. So I have kind of the golden category for all my different formats of ones that like I genuinely like that song.
He took a swing at Eminem, and not to quote Pretty Woman, but big mistake. Huge, because Eminem fucking fucked him up.
There are some artists that I have a hard time because they just seem like their whole existence is on being famous. And it's rough for me. I almost feel sad for him. I think Machine Gun Kelly's one of those people that I don't know how much of it's art form. It just seems like he really wants to be a celebrity. And Jennifer Lopez is the same way.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, calm down. Like, why is this so damn important that you've got to be this famous and always have to have these projects? I guess that's what's fulfilling to her in her life. And, different strokes for different folks. But
she does. I mean, that's how she gets her joy, rocks off, whatever you want to call it. She don't drink. She don't go nuts.
No, it's just fame.
She don't go to the
That's
club.
her drug. Her drug is fame.
Yes.
Like that's what she has to have. She has to
Yes.
inject that in her veins. And I just feel like that just feels so desperate and empty.
It does.
It does to me. But look, I guess, you know.
It's surface. There's no depth there. It's just all hot, no conversation.
I think she got called out because I think she's one of them celebrities that has one of those liquors out, but she doesn't drink. And
Yeah.
people are like, what the fuck are you,
Right,
like, what are you doing?
It
Why would
doesn't-
I buy your booze?
But
You
then
don't drink.
She tried to like backpedal. Oh no, every now and then I like a little bit of, and we're like, girl,
No, you do not.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
That
What?
ain't your drug.
No.
That
Well,
ain't your
she
drug.
said I might have one sip on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
Girl.
yeah.
You don't drink.
You don't drink.
Get out of here with
Her
that.
thing is on her body being tight, and people be like, "Oh my gosh, can you believe how great she looks, or her age, or just even how great she looks?" Period. It's not even for her age. She just looks
She
amazing.
looks amazing
She does.
for
That's-
any age.
That is her high. When
Yes.
she hears that and those comments, it's like her eyes are rolling back in her head. She's like, "Yes, give me more of this."
It's also Ben Affleck's high too. It's like he can't stay away from that booty. He always will go back.
He loved that
J-Lo
booty,
booty.
but then that booty also comes with her personality.
That's just it.
And that's the thing. That booty trick you and make you forget her personality.
That booty's real nice for about 3 months. Then around right about month 4, you're like, shit. This
What have I
again?
done?
Oh, more sad memes.
I did it twice.
He always looks so sad.
My favorite celebrities are the ones that seem like they could take or lead the fame. They've got it and they do a craft. Adam Sandler is an example for me, where he just seems like he's still trying to stay connected to people. Just wants to be kind of a normal dude, but it's what he does. He doesn't care about the celebrity parties or how he looks or whatever's going on. He doesn't get caught up in all that nonsense.
Also, too, on how you treat people that are what. He doesn't treat people based on status.
Yeah.
It was that one
True.
story, I think,
Yeah.
was he's at IHOP and they didn't recognize him. He had to wait. There's
He's
celebrities.
cool with that. He went and sat down. Yeah, he
there's
did. He just
celebrities that would
chilled.
there would be celebrities making TikTok videos. Of, can you believe this shit? Not the Sandman. Sandman roll with the punches.
Right. Yeah. So that's the kind of celebrities I like to see. And when they embody that, I seem to like their art more.
Yeah, because they come off likable. My buddy saw Adam Sandler walking around in a casino in Vegas, and he said he had a canned beer, sandals, and a hockey jersey. It was just being cool to people.
So you might be able to get $5 Machine Gun Kelly tickets tonight, and he's going to want you there because if he looks out and sees an almost empty amphitheater, he's going to be like, "Oh man,
Rain, stay away.
$5 tickets. I mean,
I wouldn't doubt." I mean, I don't know how low they drop them, but look, if I were an artist, I'd be like, just whatever we got to do. If you're going to go hand them out, just get people in here at some point.
shit, we charge more at a snack pack show.
Might be like I said, I'm throwing out a crazy number.
But we're
may
not trying
be
to
there.
fill the I think either.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I mean that's what, $20K, something like that. I think.
Yeah.
He's shitting his pants right now. All of a sudden, you might hear about him getting some food poisoning.
Yeah, that's a tough one to fill. Wish him luck. Rita is coming at me because we talked a little bit about some of the Friends casts, and I made a comment about how I thought the brother-sister combo were the most annoying to me, Ross and Monica. Ross being, to me, the most annoying. When I watched the show, and I was a huge Friends fan for the first 2 seasons, I think it was, and I got kind of burned out on it, got away from it, but I just, Ross, I was like, ugh, this guy's a tool, man. If they could do away with anybody. But Rita makes a strong argument here. She's coming for me.
Get him, Rita.
Get him.
She said, as a bona fide Friends fanatic and trivia winner, LOL, I have to disagree, Kev. The entire cast had something amazing to bring to the show, and while Ross may not be a favorite, he was certainly the most annoying, but Joey, however, was. His intelligence never peaked. His character never evolved. He remained alone, dumb, and plateaued in his career. The others went on to get married, have kids, build lives and careers, and Joey was stagnant. Even Phoebe became less annoying and more intelligent throughout the seasons. They all had quirks, but Joey was by far the most annoying. Now, I guess that's a matter of opinion. That's a very strong argument.
Wait, that person won a Friends trivia tournament?
They did. They did. They did. Yeah, I mean, it is an argument, but the argument's not about who evolved. And I would like Joey more because he just stayed true to who he was, which is dumb, which is great. And he was still entertaining.
And he was likable.
Yeah.
I think Ross wasn't likable on the same level as Joey.
I laughed at Joey. I don't remember laughing much at Ross. Even the pivot thing was like, okay, that probably was his funniest moment where they're trying to get the couch up the stairs and he kept yelling pivot. But even that kind of got annoying. I'm like, all right, I get it. Pivot.
Such is life. There's just some people that stay the same too their whole life, and they don't evolve. They're the same. Like Joey just might have been the character that stayed that way his whole life.
And I actually kind of like that. I like the fact that the guy never went anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's probably still sitting on that couch at Central Park being like, where'd everybody go? You know? Now, Diane has got a thing to say here about BTS. I was listening yesterday morning when you were talking about the American Music Awards, and although I agree it's a little early in the season for a song of the summer, that's on the AMA and not BTS. It sounded like your issue was with BTS. Also, you should Google the meaning behind the song Swim. It's not about swimming. Yeah, I don't like BTS that much, but
or long critiquey emails.
But I do want to tell you, I was not coming after BTS. And I think we kind of went in on the song Swim a little bit about the lyrics and whatever, but
we were just having fun.
Yeah, I want the shot to be directed correctly. It was not directed at BTS because you're right. If somebody gives me a damn trophy, I'd be like, all right, song of the summer, it's May, but okay,
dude,
I'll take it.
Sometimes we're just in here making jokes.
Yeah, but it was the AMAs, and I think it's ridiculous in May to give out the song of the summer. So I stand by that. So, but you're right. Shots fired at AMAs, not at BTS. Judy, she said, really enjoy the show, but with 2.5 decades of music, do you have to play the same stuff over and over again, especially Taylor Swift every hour, the same songs over and over again?
We don't pick it.
We have no power.
Let me give you David's cell phone.
Yeah, and look, I know, 33 years I've been in this industry, and I came in, I'm like, man, if I programmed a radio station, it would crush it. And I programmed a radio station for about 6 weeks, and I crushed it. Not good. I destroyed the station.
Not crush in the good way.
Right.
Crush in the bad way.
Because I was playing lots of variety. I was playing some random songs, all this kind of stuff, and it just fell apart.
How long ago was that, though?
It was 1993 or 94.
Is it possible, though, that some people do have a point that maybe even the way we get music and the whole 8 or 9 songs, even that has changed and culture's changed and they want more variety? Is that possible?
No, it's not. Because I've just seen the numbers, and radio stations typically, when they tighten up playlists and they play the same songs over and over again that are hits. Now they have to be playing the right songs. So you can play a lot of the same bad songs that don't work, but the way they study them and the way that I've seen it, and that was even kind of part of the story that we had today about music being more simplified. To me, it's the whole structure, and we're going after the wrong thing because streaming and radio stations, you got to have these mass ratings, and it's people want familiarity. They want basically the same songs over and over again. And in some of the bigger markets like New York and LA, they rotate their songs. When I was there in the mid-90s, it was every 90 minutes. You would hear the exact same song every hour and a half, and that was all day. They just kept hitting you and hitting you and hitting you with that big-time hit that everybody loved. And they test that. It's called burn, where people are getting burned out on a song. And there's songs I'd be like, going, this has to have 100% burn. And it would be like 10. I'm like, how? I don't understand how this is. And when they made the adjustments, and they're playing for a rating system that I don't love either. I think that part of it's kind of broken. But 80% of people don't listen to music the way the other 20% does. And the 20% who love music, they can't understand it. And I still don't understand it. I don't like it, but I've just seen it work time and time again for 33 years, and I got to the point where I'm like, I don't doubt it.
I can't fight it no more.
Also, too, a lot of times you'll hear from that kind of like that vocal complaint if you listen to more of the show. If someone listens to us like twice a week, you may not hear Taylor Swift 9 times, but if you're listening every day, you're going to hear her more.
Yeah,
and that's where the burn factor can come in.
Yeah, and I try to adjust a bit. I mean, David feeds me the songs that, you need to play, and they're in there, but then he gives me liberty to kind of move them around. Sometimes I'm like, oh, gosh, we're playing. So, they'll notice that, I kind of do my own little, finishing touches on some things. I'm like, no. And look, I'm probably wrong because it's the voices that are in your head too. You know, we hear the most passionate, that 1%. In radio, they call them P1s. And they're a radically different listener group than what are called P2s and P3s. And you get down to a P3, and they couldn't even name that, Die With a Smile. Name one of the artists that sings that, and they'd be like,
they probably couldn't even name people on the show.
Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's just background noise for them, and so like, oh, I think I've kind of heard this song, and they like it. It's a wild thing, but that's why I say that, look, if you are what would be amazing is if you ever got to a system where we could still get credit for the show, but when we go to a song, it then fills with the song you selected and you want to hear.
Oh, you customize your playlist in between us.
And that's if you do want that mix in your car. Now, that would be amazing to have technology catch up, because that's the only way you can do it. Because as I've seen, we play songs that even I love. I'm like, everybody has to love this song. We'll play it, that's trash. I'm like, so, okay. It's not a universal thing.
It's not.
It's very select, and it's to meet and make everyone happy. It's really an impossibility to do that.
Well, I think you're onto something, and I don't know when it will happen, but I think it's getting to the point where you will be able to play what you want to play during if you like the show and you don't want to hear whatever song we're playing, there'll be a system. Now, I don't know when that's coming, but I think they're going to finally have technology to do that.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. That would be something where, you know what, if you get mad at the music because it sucks, it's because you put it in, so get mad at yourself. So that would be a great way to be. But yeah, I got to tell you, honestly, I'm testifying to it, y'all, because I've seen the music tests, I've seen the numbers, I see what they do, and I've had arguments with a lot smarter music people than me, and they're like, let me show you some numbers, Kev. And I'm like, you're right.
Music's one of those things where, like, anytime we bring up pizza, there's so many different opinions. Oh, that pizza sucks. This pizza's better.
Yeah.
Music's the same way.
It is. It's tough. And look, they have so many, the way it's not, they don't guess. They're not throwing darts at a board and whatever it hits, they just play more of. They have so many different ways that they test these songs, whether it be through how it's playing on Spotify and other platforms like that, how many downloads it's getting, what it's doing on TikTok, what we're doing with requests. And so they have all these things. It goes into a computer and it says, here's the songs you play and how often.
But the moral of the story is we don't pick any of this shit.
No, but you could say that radio and streaming has kind of gone the way of the music. The story that we had today was how they've homogenized music and they've made it repetitive and they've taken a lot of the art out of it. And they've made it mass appeal and so squeezed, and radio streaming and music has all become the same thing.
Because it wants numbers.
Yeah. So if you want to be that rogue, go out there, find your own music. And look, I think there are more and more sometimes those kind of things. Like I listen to a lot of alternative, and they'll play that. And what I do is when I hear a song, I plunk it out and I do my own playlist. So I control the rotations of the music I hear.
If you're able to build any kind of audience, however you're able to do it with what you love to do, you will be fine. You just have to build that audience. And you see bands, like I'll bring up a band that I would think everybody knows, like the Avett Brothers. Every time you go to an Avett Brothers concert, it's fucking packed.
Right.
They've made a great living doing that. They just, not a lot of people know who they are.
Yeah. Denny's and I love Death Cab for Cutie. If we played that here, people, what is this?
Oh, they got some jams too, man.
It's great. I know. Trust me, that's what the music would sound like if I had control. And our ratings would... Well, I mean, I think the show would save it, but yeah, it would. The music would be like, what is this?
Well, there was a point, too, when we were at our last station, we didn't play any music.
Yeah. And to me, I still argue. I'm like, I don't get this barbaric concept of music and talk, but, you know, it's the way radio's still set up, and, you know, they believe in it ultimate. And then there are people that do enjoy it. So, you know, we go along with it. We do the song and dance. We're the monkeys.
There's only so much we can do.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
It's part of our deal.
Yeah. Jamie said about the BOGOs that we found out about earlier. And that was kind of interesting because as I grew up, I remember my mom had taught me the lesson saying, you know, because it's buy one, get one free, you don't have to buy both of them. You can buy just one and you can get it for half price. I was like, oh, okay, that's smart. And there was a TikTok with somebody at a Publix that did it. And somebody said, yeah, you can't do that. But Jamie said, if you buy two for $5, one of them may be $2.50, and you do not have to buy two to get the deal, is what Jamie says. Now, Olivia said, I work for Publix, and I have been for over 30 years, all in Florida, and we are not a half-off state. but I do work at a location undisclosed that a lot of our customers can go to our customer service counter, and if we have only one, they can request it to be half price. Sadly, all Publixes are not the same. It is store to store. I didn't realize that was a state thing too, where sometimes the BOGOs don't apply in that state. What a weird concept,
It
right?
is.
So I guess Ohio is a BOGO where you don't have to get the BOGO, and Florida you do.
But the moral of the story is ask and see. And if you don't ask, you don't get.
Absolutely.
You're right.
If you need that money and you're pinching every penny like so many of us are, and you pay attention to them prices, then go ask, see. And that's a motivator right there to find the stores that do honor it and shop there.
There's nothing more heartbreaking though when you have a good BOGO deal and you just can't fit it in your Jeep. You got too much stuff in there. You're like, fuck, I get 2 of these. I'm only getting 1.
Okay.
How big are your items?
Dude, my car right now is literally a traveling vaudeville set.
And another thing that we were getting correct here today, TikTok really threw us off a bit in accuracy. But Cesar was referencing one thing you'd thrown out there with a lot of confidence at first, Virginia. Then I think you backtracked to about 60%. And that is the HOA deal, where you can just request to have the HOA go poof. Is that what you were saying?
Well, everybody in the community has to vote on it.
Okay.
And then if you vote, poof is possible.
She's 40% sure about that.
Those numbers have gone down.
My favorite is the start of the confidence. And
Yes.
then you hear.
This comes out very aggressive,
Then it's
and then
kind
the
of
tail
like,
end.
you can hear
Well.
the ending it's kind of tail off a little
On
bit.
TikTok, it said.
Oh, and there's definitely a percentage of people who want to stab us in the neck anytime we say, so we learned this on TikTok. Stop listening to TikTok.
It is wildly inaccurate.
It is.
Wildly.
Probably 50% of the time at least.
The only thing that's more inaccurate than TikTok is AI.
I love it.
Well, Cesar had said that was House Bill 657, and it died in March, but it looks like DeSantis is going to try again, and it says just part of it, the rest is legalese, but it provides requirements for terminating dissolved HOA governing documents. So, and it goes on to a bunch of other jargon, blah, 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 but it sounds like that's kind of what it is. It gives you a little bit more power over the HOA, so they can't get mad with power, because there have been a lot of stories that we'd heard. And one example you brought up was a guy washing his own car in his driveway, and an HOA guy be like, that's a business. You're like going, dude, I'm just washing my own vehicle. There's no exchange of money. This isn't a business deal. What the heck, man?
But if I want to hire a mobile car wash company to come in my driveway and wash my car, why the hell would we give an HOA the power to tell me I can't do that in my own fucking driveway?
Yeah, I mean, the shit that rubs people the wrong way sometimes
Why would you
blows my
care?
mind. I mean, I guess we all have little buttons in life that, things annoy us.
They do. The HOA hates any kind of commercial vehicle.
But there's just certain things where you go, why on the shit would you even care? Like, why do you care?
Well, if I can have a guy with a commercial van parked in my driveway fixing my plumbing, why can't I have a guy with a commercial van parked in my driveway fixing my dirty car and making it not dirty? What's the fucking difference?
When me and Denny's lived at the townhouses, because we lived right next door to our units, there would be this guy working for the HOA, and he would be out there at
Clipboard.
4:30 in the morning, just taking pictures of everybody, doing this. There was one time he was taking pictures of Denny's. It must have been 150 pictures. I go, hey, did you get enough pictures, buddy?
Sad existence.
Well, yeah.
It really is
That's
a
what gets you
sad
going.
existence. I think a lot of these old people, they need a charge to feel alive
And I get
again.
that. I get
because
that.
a lot of their feeling of being alive has subsided. But when you put out such negativity in the universe, just know you're creating a cyclical thing where it's just going to keep coming back to you with that same energy. So good for you, fuckface. The sadness continues.
Well, but there's some cool, awesome, sweet old people out there that, you know what I mean?
Because they get it. And they realize that, you get what you give in this world.
This guy was MacGyvering pictures. He was climbing under cars. I go, dude, what are you even doing?
I'm sure in his own mind he thinks he's doing great. He's keeping the neighborhood uniform for all the people that want it to be so uniform. I'm sure in his own mind, he's not like, man, I'm being an asshole. He's thinking I'm really doing good by this. I'm keeping the community
because
in check.
the other assholes back at the HOA meeting pat him on the back and tell him it's great that he's got 87 pictures of Denny's parking spot.
And that's his purpose.
They've all lost their way.
Yeah, you're right. They're like, you got 87 pictures. Great job.
Perfect. Give me an old knuckles so I can bump them.
Yeah, give me an arthritis bump.
And Mel said, referencing Jay Bird's previous thought on the regular show about traumatic brain injuries and what it can do to people, my husband's cousin was in a horrific accident when he was a teenager. He was in a coma for over 6 months.
Oh, my.
And when he woke up, he could speak fluent Spanish and couldn't speak a word of it beforehand.
It just blows my mind, all that stuff. It just, to me, shows you we don't know quite what's going on in the brain and what we're possibly even capable of.
Fluent Spanish.
I mean, to be able to pick up an instrument, never play it, to learn a language you never knew.
Well, what's wild to me about that is, where did you even learn that? How did that come about? Now, I could understand you can think more clearly, maybe process stuff that you've been told, maybe complex algorithms and your physics classes or whatever that you could never get before, and all of a sudden it's still in your brain and to process through. But if you've never been exposed to the piano, how to play it, if you've never been exposed to a language, yet somehow you can speak it fluently, and fluently would mean that I guess you could go talk to anybody. You're using words in ways that you've never heard. If that's never been loaded into your brain, how of a sudden does that happen? Because we don't come preloaded with the knowledge of every language, you wouldn't think.
It's almost like
you wouldn't think.
But that's where you almost say that would be the only way that makes sense. If you're doing things you've never even been exposed to, I can understand that your brain things connect better, but if you've never seen it or been exposed to Spanish and somehow you know it, that tells me that it hit the factory reset, and we are all preloaded with what? Every language ever known to mankind?
Damn,
Yeah,
the brain.
somehow.
The brain,
God
bruh.
gave that to us, and you got to hit the right lever to make it go.
Well, what you're talking about is all of a sudden you get hit or hurt, and you have a skill set, a legit skill set that you had to, people train their whole life to get to that point. And the fact that now you can just look at a piano and say, okay, boom, 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 boom.
How does it all make sense when no one's demonstrated how to play it or what to do or how to connect the notes and make stuff? How you would be able to do that? That's wild to me. Same thing with the language. If you've never seen those words, how do you know how to conjugate, put them in the right place, have it make sense if that's how it went?
It just makes you think that there's more out there than we've been dialed into.
The brain, bruh.
Bruh, think about electricity. It was always there. We had to harness it.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Maybe your brain just hasn't been harnessed yet.
Well,
I know you got a lot of harnesses in your house, but the brain maybe hasn't been harnessed.
I have a lot of harnesses?
Yeah.
Is it like a sex joke or something?
Daddle and all that kind of weird shit.
I knew it was an uncomfortable comment.
You knew there was a shitty joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, I knew there was a shitty joke and it was going to make me uncomfortable. I just wanted to make sure.
I got to dig it out. And you went on it for though, with a shovel.
I did.
Yeah.
Part of that's on
You
me.
went in with a shovel. Noelle wants to connect the dots here. She said, for several months, I've wanted to find out if these dots are connected. Virginia and Jaybird always bring up the story about Jaybird's mom, Kay, going into labor with Jaybird when she was at Pizza Hut. I grew up in North Palm Beach in the 1970s, and the closest Pizza Hut was in Lake Park on North Lake Boulevard across a small bridge from Lot Brothers on the south side of North Lake.
Oh, yeah. Is that the place that's now Keys Chocolates?
Yeah, that's what she's saying, yeah. If this is the same Pizza Hut, then that's where Virginia's friend has Keys Chocolates.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Yeah, that's exactly where it happened at.
That was a Pizza Hut.
Right across the street from Lot Brothers. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That was the one I
is.
thought when the guy was going to come back and refurbish some of the, because it's got the roof still, right?
It does, yeah.
Like you could flip that back to a Pizza Hut pretty quick.
Yep.
Not to take your friend's ice cream place.
No, please don't. They're so nice.
Damn, Kevin, that's fucked up.
Pretty cold, yeah. Get out.
I hope they're not listening. They listen every day.
We'll make room.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these places are going to be other businesses that are now flourishing, and I think that if they did it right, they could rebuild them just as good, if not better, instead of having to refurbish it back. Just build it new.
But
build it better.
You ever see that though? Like you're in some small town and you can tell that this building used to be a Pizza Hut, but now it's like they turned it into a bank.
Yeah, I've seen that.
A little weird.
We had that.
That's weird.
I think we had the old. You remember the old Taco Bell? How when Taco Bell used to do it back in the 70s and 80s, they had a certain shape.
The arches.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd had that. An old Taco Bell went out and they made it like a bank. And it was so weird. It's like, I'd like to deposit 3 tacos. And can I take out 1 burrito?
There's a bank that went out of business in Juneau, and they turned it into a Sherwin-Williams, and it still looks so much like a bank.
I've seen some of those,
It
yeah.
always catches my eye. I'm like, they need to do that better.
Yeah, they've done that. I don't know why some of these banks went out. A lot of them had the
A lot of
drive-thrus.
banks went out.
Yeah, with the drive-through tellers.
Yeah.
And ain't no hiding that. You can tell what that is.
I know.
Totally.
I got to get off the internet because sometimes I'm going, should I just take out my money and bury it somewhere? And then I go, shit, I have a terrible memory.
Don't tell anybody where you bury
I'll
it.
forget it. I'll put it underneath one of my dinosaurs.
All right, well, if you need to connect any kind of dots, you can do that. Send us the emails, mail@kvjshow.com. We'll answer the questions that we can, and the rest of them we'll just give you bad answers, too. That's what we do.
Half truths and lies.
All right, y'all, enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the KVJ Show. Goodbye.